ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. You can see my screen, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Let's start with uh, eighth chapter of Science of Self-Realization. Reaching life's perfection, the human form of life is meant for God realization. Srila Prabhupada gives an address at London Conway Hall in 1969. If one thinks that I am no one else's servant, but my business is of God, then he is liberated. His heart is immediately cleansed and he is liberated. And after one has reached that, then all one's cares and anxiety in this world are over, because one knows that I am a servant of God. God will give me protection. Why should I worry about anything? So this is a speech that Srila Prabhupada gave. I would like one or two readers here to read at least two paragraphs. So can anyone volunteer to read two paragraphs?
Okay, Prabhuji, I can start?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, Hare Krishna. Today's subject is our relationship with God, that is self-realization. The Sankirtana movement is the easiest process for self-realization because it cleanses the heart. Our misunderstanding of our identity is due to the dust covering the mirror of the mind. In a mirror that is covered with dust, one cannot see himself. But if it is very clear, then one can see himself. So, meditation is a process for cleansing the heart. Meditation means to try to understand one's relationship with the Supreme. With everything with which we come in contact, there is a relationship. Because I am now sitting on this cushion, the relationship is that I shall sit and the cushion will hold me. You have relationships. You are Englishmen or Indians. So there is a relationship with your society, with your family, with your friends. So what is our relationship with God? If you ask everyone, very few people will be able to explain their relationship with God. They say, what is God? God is dead. I don't believe in God. What to speak of a relationship? Because these dirty things are covering their hearts, they cannot see. We have a relationship with everything. Why do we not try to understand our relationship with God? Is that very intelligent? No, that is ignorance. All the creatures in this material world are covered by the three modes of material nature. Therefore, they cannot see God. They cannot understand God, nor do they try to understand Him. But God is there. In England, in the morning, there is mist, so you cannot see the sun behind the fog. But does this mean that there is no sun? You cannot see it because your eyes are covered. But if you send a telegram to another part of the world, they will say, yes, the sun is here. We can see it. It is dazzling. It is very dazzling, full of light. So when you deny the existence of God or you cannot ascertain your relationship with God, that means you are lacking in knowledge. It is not that there is no God. We are lacking. The sun is not covered. The sun cannot be covered. The fog or the cloud or the mist does not have the power to cover the sun. how big the sun is. It is so many times bigger than this earth. And the clouds can cover at most 10 or 20 or 100 miles. So how can the clouds cover the sun? No, the clouds cannot cover the sun. They cover your eyes. When an enemy comes and the rabbit cannot defend himself, the rabbit closes his eyes and thinks, my enemy is now gone. Similarly, we are covered by the external energy of God and are thinking, God is dead.
Yeah.
Like,
So in this section, right, Srila Prabhupada says, if we ask somebody, what is our relationship with God? Can you explain? And definitely we never knew what is our relationship with God, right? So, and then there are others who would say God is not there only. Things are working automatically. I don't see God. I don't see a necessary to be, God to be there in the picture. So, if we don't know a relationship with someone, basically we are in ignorance. Means we need knowledge to know that relationship. Now, uh, let's say there's a function at your home, and relatives are coming from faraway places, and you have your 8-year-old son and 8-year-old daughter. Now, when they all the relatives come at home, the son and the daughter, they are thinking, who are these people? So now when they are thinking, who are these people, how are you going to explain to them? For them, it's everyone is a stranger. So now how will you handle this situation?
uh, we'll say like they are relatives, like with the different designations. Somebody's like this.
Yeah,
So they have come
we
like
will
they are
say,
our.
yeah, we will say they are our relatives. They are, you know, connected through our grandfathers, brothers, children,
Hmm.
right? We will tell the
Yes,
relationship. So what are we trying to do over there? We are giving knowledge to our son and daughter to understand this relationship, right?
correct, sir.
Similarly, we need somebody to tell our relationship with God. It's very easy. Okay. When we were babies, we never asked, where is God? Who is God? Right? So we have to be told, this knowledge has to be given to us. Okay. And we are in this world, right? We think that this is our life and all that, but this world goes through cycle of life and death. So things are pretty temporary. And we get easily deluded, easily, confused. What is our real goal in life? So why? Because of the three modes of material nature: sattvagun, rajagun, tamagun. These are inside us, okay, inside in our mind, body, and they are driving us. Sometimes goodness, sometimes passion, sometimes ignorance. So in that, where are we going to think about God? Only in goodness we can little bit come to this platform of thinking about God. So because of the three modes of material nature is there, we are in our own life and we are not thinking beyond this life. Okay, so knowledge has to be given to us. Knowledge has to be given to us. Does that make sense?
Yes, 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 Prabhuji.
Okay, so continue.
The Lord has three kinds of energies in the Vishnu. Sorry, Prabhuji, one second. Oh. In the Vishnu Purana, there are descriptions of the energy of the Supreme Lord, and in the Vedas also, in the Upanishads, there are descriptions of the energies of the Supreme Lord. Parashya Shakti Vividai Shruyate Shvetasvatara Upanishad 6.8. Shakti means energy. The Lord has multi energies. The Vedas say God has nothing to do. We have to work because we have no other means to exist. We have to eat, we wish to enjoy this, that, but why should God work? God does not have to work. Then how can we say that God created this universe? Is that not work? No. Then how did it happen? His multifarious energies are so strong that they are being naturally and are full of knowledge. We can see how a flower blooms and Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
And grows.
Yeah, yeah, grows and systematically displays multicolors. One side a little spot, another side a little spot, white on one side, more white on the other side. The butterfly also exhibits such artistic symmetry. So this is all being painted, but in such a perfect way and so swiftly that we cannot see how. We cannot understand how it is being done, but it is being done by the energy of the Lord.
Okay. Now we have here famous painting, right? When we see this painting, what comes to our mind?
Her name, Mona Lisa.
Hmm. Who painted this? Yeah,
Leonardo da
somebody.
Vinci.
Yeah.
Leonardo
So
da
there's a
Vinci.
painter who painted this, right?
Correct, correct.
So when we see this, we when we see this, we think where who did this painting, right?
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
Similarly, if you look at the nature, we should immediately think who did this all,
Yeah, true. Yes, yes,
right? That's what
yes, yes.
Prabhupada is saying. That okay, flower blooms, right? So Prabhupada used the word flower blooming. So when we see so many flowers, then yeah, so many flowers, then we know, flower is blooming. So something is working in this world. Energy is working, right?
Yes,
Flower is blooming, caterpillar to butterfly,
yeah, sweet.
right?
Yeah, wonderful.
Hmm. So Prabhupada is using this example to tell that we know some energy is working, right? So if there is some energy working, that means there has to be some energetic, right? There has to be some energetic behind it. Um, if we see a kite flying in the air, okay, we know that somebody is making it fly. It is not doing on its own, right? The kite may be very high in the sky, but we know it is not on its own. Somebody on the ground is using a thread and then flying the kite. Yes or no?
Yes, yes, bro.
Yeah. So if we see this all energy going on, that means there is energetic who is controlling the energy. Okay. Now there is a, what we should say, power plant. Now here a lot of energy is getting produced. Power plant, right? Is it doing on its own? There are people behind it. Yes or no?
Yes,
And they are
yes, bro.
controlling it.
Yes,
There's a control panel, right?
yes,
Using this control panel, they are controlling the generation of the energy. Okay, but there is an operator behind it, isn't it? There's an operator
yes,
behind it. So if energy is getting worked somewhere, there is a energetic person who is controlling it. Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Similarly, in this world, whatever energies we are seeing, there should be some energetic person, right? There should be some energetic person.
Yes, yes, bro.
Okay, go ahead.
It is due to a lack of knowledge that people say that God is dead, that there is no God, and that we have no relationship with God. These thoughts have been compared to the thoughts of a man haunted by a ghost. Just as a haunted man speaks all nonsense, when we become covered by the illusory energy of God, we say that God is dead. But this is not a fact. Therefore, we need this chanting process to cleanse our heart. Take to the simple process of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. In that way, in your family life, in your club, in your home, on the road, everywhere, chant Hare Krishna, and this darkness covering your heart, covering your real position will be removed. Then you will understand your real constitutional position. Hare
Yeah.
Krishna.
So here Prabhupada is saying chanting Hare Krishna mantra. What it will do, it will cleanse the heart. And then we will know our real position, our real constitutional position. Now, when we say chanting of the holy name, right, it includes the knowledge and everything, okay? Okay. Chanting is there, but there is knowledge also. From where do we get knowledge? Which books do we read?
Our Bhagavad Gita, our Vedas,
Bhagavad
like
Gita,
Bhagavad Gita,
Bhagavatam, Chaitanya
Bhagavatam.
Chaitamrit, Mahabharat, Ramayana. So the Vedas, right? So the Vedas only reveal the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and Vedas give us knowledge. Hmm.
Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recommended Chaito Darpana Marjanam. Marjanam means cleansing. Darpanam means mirror. The heart is a mirror. It is like a camera. Just as a camera takes all kinds of pictures of days and nights, so also our heart takes pictures and keeps them in an unconscious state. Psychologists know this. The heart takes so many pictures and therefore it becomes covered. We do not know when it has begun, but it is a fact that because there is a material contact, our real identity is covered. Therefore, Cheto Darpan Marjanam, one has to cleanse his heart. There are different processes to cleanse the heart: the Jnana process, the yoga process, the meditation process, pious activities. Karma also cleanses the heart. If one acts very piously, his heart will gradually be cleansed. But although these processes are recommended for cleansing the heart, in this age they are all difficult. To follow the path of philosophical knowledge, one must become a very learned scholar. One must read so many books, one must go to the learned professors and scholars and speculate. One must search out a person who has seen the light. So these are all philosophical process. Meditation is also a recommended process. One should question, what am I? Just consider, am I this body? No. Am I this finger? No. This is my finger. If you contemplate your leg, you will see, oh, this is my leg. Similarly, you will find everything to be mine. And where is the I? Everything is mine. But where is that I? When one is searching for that I, that is meditation. Real meditation means concentrating all the senses in that way. But that meditation process is very difficult. One must control the senses. The senses are dragging one outward, and one has to bring them inward for introspection. Therefore, there are 8 processes in the yoga system. The first is controlling the senses by regulative principles, then sitting postures that will help to concentrate the mind. If one sits leaning over, that will not help. If one sits up straight, that will help. Then controlling the breathing. then meditation, then samadhi. But today, these are very, very difficult processes. No one can immediately perform them. The so-called yoga processes are fragmental. Only the sitting postures and a few breathing exercises are practiced, but that cannot bring one to the perfectional stage. The actual yoga process, although a recommended Vedic process, is very difficult in this age. Similarly, one can try to get knowledge by the speculative philosophical process. This is Brahman. This is not Brahman. So, what is Brahman?
It is not
What is
Brahman. It is pronounced Brahman.
Brahman? Okay. This is Brahman.
Brahman is actually Brahmana.
Okay, okay.
Okay, this
Okay.
is Brahman. Brahman
Brahman.
means spiritual.
Spiritual. This is Brahman. This is Brahman. This is not Brahman. So, what is Brahman? What is spirit soul? Such empirical philosophical discussion is also recommended, but it is useless in this age. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, not only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but also the Vedic literature says, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nameva Kevalam, Kalau Nasti Eva, Nasti Eva Gati Anyata. Kalau means in this age, Nasti Eva, Nasti Eva, Nasti Eva. 3 times Nasti Eva. Eva means certainly, and Nasti means not. Certainly not, certainly not, certainly not. What is that certainly not? One cannot realize oneself by karma. That is the first certainly not. One cannot realize oneself by jnana. That is the second certainly not. One cannot realize oneself by yoga. Certainly not. Kalau means in this age. Kalau nasti eva gatyamata. In this age, one certainly cannot achieve success by any of these 3 methods. Then what is the recommended process? Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Namaiva Kevalam. Simply chant the Hare Krishna mantra. Kevalam means only. Simply chant Hare Krishna. It is the easiest and most sublime process. This is recommended, practical, and authorized. So take it. Accept it in any condition of life. Chant. There is no expenditure. There is no loss. We are not chanting a secret. No, it is open. And by chanting, you will cleanse your heart.
Yeah. So there are many yoga processes. One is the philosophical Jnana Marga. So one has to be learned. One has to read so many books. He has to go to many learned professors and speculate. We are not able to read, even one book. What to speak of reading many books, right? Then second is the process of Dhyan Yoga, where eightfold system is there. Samadhi, Dhyana. Um, so eightfold system is also very difficult. In this eightfold system, the yogasanas and the pranayams are coming. So what we are seeing now today, everybody doing yogasanas and pranayams, right? That is part of this Dhyan Yoga system. Okay. And it is not just yogasanas and pranayams. That is just to control the mind. After that, one has to meditate. And it takes a long time. And we are not able to do it a long time. So this is very difficult. So what is the simplest way? The Vedic literature simplest way is to chant the holy name of Krishna. Hare Nama. You chant it. In this age only, it is very beneficial. And chanting is easy, right? You just have to repeat the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Getting?
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
So this chanting, what it will do? It will do Cheto Darpana Marjanam. Marjanam. It will clean. What it will clean our heart? Cholesterol? Dirt? What kind of dirt is there in our heart? So here the heart means the chitta. Here the heart means the chitta. Here it is not the physical heart. Okay, it is the subtle heart. And in this heart we have many anarthas, of which three are the main: greed, lust, anger. So this cleansing process takes place by this holy name. When we attentively chant, the cleansing process takes place. Okay. Any questions at this point? Okay. Okay, continue. Someone else want to read, or you can continue.
Prabhuji, I'll read.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
In this material world, no one wants misery, but it comes unexpectedly like a forest fire that starts without anyone striking a match. It comes. No one wants a war, but war is fought.
Yeah,
No one wants.
we are going through wars, right?
Yeah.
Did anyone want COVID? But it came, right? Yes or no?
Yes, yes,
It
Prabhuji.
was completely unexpected, right?
Yeah.
Nobody thought. Nobody thought about the wars also, but it just came. Go ahead.
No one wants famine, but famine comes. No one wants pestilence, but it comes. No one wants fighting, but there is fighting. No one wants misunderstanding, but there it is. Why? This is like a blazing fire in the forest, and it can be quick extinguished by fire engines.
Cannot.
It cannot be extinguished by fire engines. This blazing fire of problems cannot be extinguished by our so called advancement of knowledge. No, that is not possible. Just as one cannot extinguish a forest fire by sending a fire engine or bringing some water, the problem of our life cannot be solved by material processes.
Yeah, go ahead.
There are many examples. Prahlad Maharaj says, my dear Lord, the father and mother are not actually the protectors of the children. The father and the mother take care of their children. That is their duty. But they are not the ultimate protectors. When nature's law calls the child, the father and mother cannot protect him. Therefore, although generally it is considered a fact that the father and mother are the protectors of the child, actually it is not a fact. If someone is sailing the ocean and he thinks he has a very nice boat, will that protect him? No. Still he may drown. A nice aeroplane is flying in the sky. Everyone is safe. But all of a sudden it crashes. Nothing material can protect us. Suppose someone is diseased. He may engage a good physician who gives good medicine, but that will not guarantee that he will live. Then what is the ultimate guarantee? Prahlad Maharaj says, my dear Lord, if you neglect someone, nothing can protect him.
Yeah. So, can you tell me why things are so unexpected in this world?
Uh, Prabhuji, I think because someone like the Supreme Lord is controlling.
Okay. So he's making things unexpected here.
Yeah, so everything is happening as per his, like it is said that everything is planned according to him.
Okay. So in this material world, right, there is Swargaloka, Bhuloka, and Pataloka. Okay. So in this Bhuloka that we are living, okay, in this particular Jambudvipe, Bharatakhande. So here it is Dukhalayam Ashashvatam. So here there is some misery kept and it is temporary. In the Swargaloka, the lifespan is very big and miseries are not there. Okay. But sometimes some misery comes over there also. It is not like it is free of it. Maybe in a million years one thing may come up. Here it may come every day. in Swargaloka in a million years may happen. But it will happen. So this world is designed in such a way that things will be little unexpected every time. And um, here Prabhupada gives the example of parents, that they are the protectors of the children, but they are not the ultimate protectors. Uh, things are very unexpected. So Prahlad Maharaj says, who's the ultimate protector? Krishna is the ultimate protector. Okay, go ahead.
This is our practical experience. We can invest so many methods to solve the problems presented by the laws of material nature, but they are not sufficient. They will never solve all the problems, nor they will give actual relief. This is the fact. Therefore, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Maya, this external energy is very, very strong. No one can surpass it. It is almost impossible. Then, how can one get free from this material nature? Krishna says, simply by surrendering unto me, one can get relief from the onslaught of material nature. This is the fact. So, we have to cleanse the heart to learn what is our relationship with the God. In the Katha Upanishad, it is stated, Nityo Nityanam Chaitanas Chaitanam, the supreme absolute personality of Godhead or the absolute truth is eternal. God is eternal and we are also eternal. But the Vedas indicate that He is the supreme living creature. He is not dead. If He is not living, how is this world working? In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, under my supervision, things are going on. In the Bible, also it is said God created. That is the fact. Not that at one time there was a chunk and then this happened and then that. No. The Vedas tell us the actual fact, but we have to open our eyes to see. Cheto Darpano Marjanam. This is the process of cleansing our hearts. When we cleanse our hearts, then we will be able to understand what Krishna and the Vedas say. We need to be purified. If a man is suffering from jaundice and you give him a piece of sugar candy, he will say that it is very bitter. But is sugar candy bitter? No, it is very sweet. And the medicine for jaundice is that sugar. Modern science prescribed this and it is prescribed in the Vedic literature also. So if we take a great quantity of this sugar candy, uh, then we will be relieved from jaundice. And when there is relief, then one says, oh, this is very sweet. So the modern jaundice of godless civilization can be cured by this chanting of Hare Krishna. In the beginning, it may appear bitter, but one advances, then he will see how pleasing it is.
So spiritual life may at the start may feel like very difficult. Then, but if we continue, then we will get taste in it, and then we will say this is best. So for jaundice, the treatment is you have to eat a lot of sugar. Okay. Um, so similarly, this we have this jaundice in this material world of spiritual life, and the more we take to spiritual life, the better it is. We'll get some taste in spiritual life. Okay. Continue reading.
As soon as one understands his identity, his relationship with the God, then immediately he becomes happy. We are full of miseries because we have identified ourselves with the material world. Therefore, we are unhappy. Anxieties and fearlessness are due to our misidentifying with the material world. The other day I was explaining that one who identifies with this bag of bones and skin is like an animal. So by chanting Hare Krishna, this misunderstanding will be cleansed. Cleansing of the heart means that one will understand that he does not belong to this material world. Aham bras, uh,
Brahmasmi.
brahmasmi. I am spirit's soul. As long as one identifies oneself with England, with India, or with America, this is ignorance. Today you are an Englishman because you were born in England. But in your next life, you may not take birth in England. It may be China or Russia or some other country. Or you may not get this human form of body. Today you are a nationalist, you are very great follower of your country. But tomorrow, if you stay in the country, you may be a cow being taken to the slaughterhouse.
So here, Prabhupada is saying that, every lifetime we change. We become something, we become man, woman, animal, tree, aquatics. So our identities keep changing. So we have to focus on our eternal identity, spiritual identity. Go ahead.
So we have
So,
to, yes, Prabhuji, go on.
so we have to truly know our identify. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that the actually identity of our living creature is that he is the eternal servant of God. If one thinks like that, I am no one else servant. My business is to serve God. Then he is liberated, his heart is immediately cleaned, and he is liberated. And after one has reached that, then all one's care and anxieties in this world are over because one knows I am a servant of God. God will give me protection. Why should I worry about anything? It is just like a child. A child knows that his mother and father will take care of him. He is free. If he should go to touch fire, his mother will take care of him. Oh, my dear child, don't touch. The mother is always looking after him. So, why don't you put your trust in God? Actually, you are under the protection of God. People go to church and says, God give us our daily bread. Actually, if he did not give it to use, we would not be able to live. That is fact. The Vedas also say that is the one supreme personality supplies all the necessities of every other living creature. God is supplying food for everyone. We human beings have our economic problem. But what economic problem is there in societies other than human society? The bird society has no economic problem. The beads have no economic problem. There are 8 lakhs 4,000 species of life, and out of that human society is very very small. So they have create problems: what to eat, where to sleep, how to mate, how to defend. These are problems for us. But the majority of creatures, the activities, the fish, the plants, the insects, the birds, the beasts, and the many millions upon millions of other living creatures do not have such a problem. They are also living creatures. Don't think that they are different from us. It is not true that we human beings are the only living creatures and that all others are dead. No. And who is providing their food and shelter? It is God. The plants and animals are not giving to the office going to the office. They are not going to the university to get technological education to earn money. So how are they eating? God is supplying. The elephant eats hundreds of pounds of food. Who is supplying? Are you making arrangement for the elephant? There are millions of elephants. Who is supplying? Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Continue Prabhuji.
Yeah, so you see, animals and all that, they don't go to office, right? They don't earn. They just wander in the forest and they get their food. So ultimately, God is supplying. In our family also, father may work. So through father, he is maintaining everyone, right? Yeah, go ahead.
So the process of acknowledging the
Acknowledging.
God is Supplying is better than thinking. God is dead. Why should we go to church and pray to God for the bread? In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said, four kinds of people come to Krishna: the distressed, those who are in need of money, the wise, and the inquisitive. Who one is inquisitive, one who is wise, one who is distressed, and one who is in needed of money. These four classes of men approach God. My dear God, I am very hungry. Give me my daily bread. That's nice. Those who approach God in this way are recommended as a Sankirtana. Sukrita.
Sukriti.
Sukrita means. Sukrinadana, Sukrita means piosis. They are
Listening, pious.
pious. They are pious, although they are asking for money, for food. They are considered pious because they are approaching God, and others are just the opposite. They are duskritana impious.
Impious.
Kirti means very meritorious. But the world Duskriti indicates that their energy is being misused to create havoc. Just like the man who invented atomic weapons, he has a brain, but it has been misused. He has created something that is dreadful. Create something that will ensure that mean will no longer have to die. What is the use of creating something so that millions of people will immediately die? They will die today or tomorrow or after 100 years. So, what have the scientists done? Create something so that man will not die immediately, so that there will be no more disease, so that there will be no more old age. Then you will have done something. But the Duskritas never go to God. They never try to understand God. Therefore, their energy is misdirected. These gross materialists who ignore their relationship with God are described in the Bhagavad Gita as Muda, um,
Mudas.
Mudas. Mudas means as donkey. Those who are working very, very hard to earn money are compared to the donkey. They will eat the same four capitas,
Chapati.
whole wheat bread patties daily, but they are unnecessarily working to earn thousands of dollars. And others are described as a Naradama. Naradama means the lowest of mankind. The human from of life is meant for God realization. It is the right of man to try to realize God. One who understands Brahma, God is
Brahman.
Brahman, God is Brahmana, not others. So that is the duty of this human from of life. In every human society, there is some system that is called religion, and by which one may try to understand God. It does not matter whether it is the Christian religion, the Mohammedan religion, or the Hindu religion. It does not matter. The system is to understand God and our relationship with Him. That's all. This is the duty of the human beings. And if this duty is ignored in human society, then it is animal society. Animals have no power to understand what is God and their relationship with God. They are only interested are eating, sleeping, meeting, and defending. If if we are only concerned with these things, then what are we? What are we? We are animals. Therefore, the Bhagavad Gita says that those who ignore this opportunity are the lowest of mankind. They got this human form of life after allowing though 8 lakhs 4,000 births and yet did not utilize it for God realization but simply for the animal propensitive. Therefore, they are Nardama, the lowest of mankind. And there are other persons who are very proud of their knowledge. But what is that knowledge? This is no God. I am God. their actually knowledge has been taken away by Maya. If they are God, then how have they become dog? There are so many arguments against them, but they simply defy God, atheism, because they have taken to the process of atheism. Their actually knowledge is stolen away. Actually, knowledge means to know what is God and our relationship with God. If one does not know this is, then it is to be understood that is knowledge has been taken away by Maya. So, in this way, if we try to understand our relationship with God, there are ways and means, there are books, and there is knowledge. So, why not take advantage of them? Everyone should take advantage of this knowledge. Try to understand that in the Bhagavad Gita and other Vedic literature. Everywhere Everywhere is it said that God is great and that although we are qualitative on the one with God, we are minute. The ocean and the minute particles of water have the same quality, but the quantity of salt in the drop of water and the quantity of salt in the ocean are different. They are qualitatively one but quantitatively different similarly. God is all powerful and we have some power. God creates everything and we can create a small mission to fly, just like the small mission with which with which children play. But God can create millions of planets flying in the air. That is the qualification of God. You cannot create any plants, even if you can create planet. What is the benefit of that increase or of movement? A planets created by God, but you also have the creative power. God has power, and you have power, but is so great that you are cannot compare to it. If you say I am God, that is foolishness. You can claim that you are God, but what acts have performed so extraordinary that you can claim that you are God? This is the ignorance. The knowledge of one who thinks himself God, he has been taken away by the spell of Maya. So our relationship is that God is great and we are minute. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna clearly says all living entities are many ignorance, spell Maya. In the Bhagavad
No, no,
Gita,
are my parts and parcels.
are my parts and parcels. Qualitatively, they are one with me, but quantitatively, they are different. So we are simultaneously one with and different from God. That is our relationship. We are one because we have the same quantities of God. But if we study ourselves minutely, we will find that although we have some great qualities, God has them all in greater quantities.
Okay. So, Prabhupada talked about four types of people who surrender to God. They are in Mahabharata. Sorry, then yeah, uh, they are in Bhagavad Gita. So first one is Mudha. Mudha is foolish. They work like animals, and that's it. They don't want to, go beyond that. If they are like karmis and they are like workaholics. Okay, so those are Mudhas. Then the second one is Naradhamas. Naradhamas is called lowest of mankind because these are cultured people. Okay, these are cultured people, but they are only interested in eating, sleeping, mating, defending. Nothing more than that. They want to improve that into eating, sleeping, mating, defending. That is their thing. And for them, that is their culture. So they are more into animalistic life only of eating, sleeping, mating, defending. Then third one is Maya Aparata Chigyana. So these they study scriptures, they are philosophical, but their philosophy is not that there is God or something. Their philosophy is God is dead or I am God. Worship me. And the last one is Asurim Bhava Ashritaha. These are demonic atheists. They have evil mentality. I am God, worship me, and they are evil, like that. So these are four kinds of people. And then Prabhupada says very nice thing about that. If you take a drop of water from the sea, you can understand what all chemicals are there in the sea, right? You can test it. You can find out, okay, sea has salt, it has this, it has magnesium, potassium, whatever. But detect can you detect from that one drop how much will be there in the sea? You can only detect if it is there or not, but can you detect the quantity?
No, Prabhuji, no.
Yeah. So the thing is, it is only qualitatively one with the sea. That particular drop is qualitatively one, but quantitatively it is not one. Okay. Similarly, we are qualitatively one with God. Satchit Ananda, Atma, Brahman. We are Brahman, definitely. Aham Brahmasmi. Tattvamasi. You are that. But are we Aham Parabrahman? No. Parabrahman means are we supreme spirit? No. We are minute. We are only qualitatively one with Krishna, qualitatively one with God. Okay, but quantitatively we are not. We are still minute. Minute means small. Just like children are qualitatively one with their parents. Yes or no?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Or the
Same
wife is
teachings.
qualitatively same as the husband. Like she can also sign papers. She can be legal authority, right? Yes or no?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes,
But is she husband?
No.
No. So qualitatively they are one, but quantitatively they're different. Like that. And then we can create small machines like aeroplanes, but God can create billions of planets which are going on, that we discussed. Okay. We still have some time, just I'm checking. Okay, we can finish these two paragraphs. Is this is the one, no? Yeah. Okay, can someone read?
Somebody is reading. Prabhuji, can I read it?
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. We cannot have anything that is not in God. That is not possible. Therefore, in the Vedanta Sutra, it is said that everything that we have is also found in God. It is emanating from God. So our relationship is that because we are small, because we are minute, we are the eternal servitors of God. In this material world also, in ordinary behavior, we see that a man goes to serve another man because the other man is greater than him and pay him a nice salary. So naturally, the conclusion is that if we are small, our duty is to serve God. We have no other business. We are all different parts and parcels of the original entity. A screw that is connected with a machine is valuable because it is working with the whole machine. And if the screw is taken away from the machine or if it is faulty, it is worthless. My finger is worth millions of dollars as long as it is attached to this body and is serving the body. And if it is cut off from this body, then what is it worth? Nothing. Similarly, our relationship is that we are very small particles of God. Therefore, our duty is to dovetail our energies with Him and cooperate with Him. That is our relationship. Otherwise, we are worthless. We are cut off. When the finger becomes useless, the doctor says, "Oh, amputate this finger." Otherwise, the body will be poisoned. Similarly, when we become godless, we are cut off from our relationship with God and suffer in this material world. If we try to join again with the Supreme Lord, then our relationship is revived.
Yeah.
Next.
So So, let's say we have our two-wheeler. Now, our two-wheeler meets with an accident, and there is a mirror, right, to the two-wheeler that gets broken. So, what we'll do with the broken mirror? We will replace it with.
We replace.
We'll replace it. So, till the point it was connected with the two-wheeler, it was valuable. The moment it got damaged or cut off, we want to throw it away, right? Similarly, if you take any of our body, if that like sometimes some people go through accidents and they may have to cut their whole leg or hand because now it is useless. Why? Because it is completely burnt. If anything is burnt, that may spread the poison, so you cut it off. And the moment it is cut off, what will people do? They will throw away. Yes or no?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Nobody will keep its cut hand or something at home. He will throw it away. Yeah. So if we live a godless life, we are cut off from Krishna. We are cut off from God. So that's why we are suffering in this world. But if we try to join again with Supreme Lord, our relationship is revived. You know what is the Sanskrit word for this join again with the Supreme Lord? Does anyone know? Yoga. Yoga means yuj. Yuj means join back. So you join back through karma yoga. Through your karma, you offer all the results to Krishna. Through Jnana yoga, all the knowledge that we are trying to acquire, we are trying to acquire it to understand Krishna. Dhyana yoga, the meditation that I may be doing, I have to focus on Krishna. That's how I am getting back to Krishna. And the last one is bhakti yoga. Here I am developing loving relationship with the Supreme Lord. Okay. So any questions or comments before we close?
Prabhuji, the four qualities of that those who are like negative people, Buddhas, are they like similar, or one of them, some of them are more worse than the others?
Similar? No, they are not kind of similar. Like, but see, this Mudas are people who are just working like animals. Okay, now here animals means they are just doing hard work. That's it. Nothing beyond in their life. Workaholics. Naradamas are also like animals, but they are developing the eating, sleeping, mating, defending, and they have no interest in spirituality. Okay. Maya Aparata Jnana is they are also developing eating, sleeping, mating, defending, and all that. They are workaholics and all that, but they will study scriptures and they'll come to wrong conclusion. God is ordinary, God is dead, like that kind of conclusion they come. And then these are demonic atheists, Asuram Bhavam Ashrataha. They'll be evil, like Ravana, Hiranyakashipu.
Understood, Shukra. Yeah.
And then there are four kinds of people who surrender to Krishna. One is distress. There is always some problem going on in everybody's life, right? So they approach God. We approach Krishna. Then we need wealth, artharthi. So we should approach Krishna. Then we are inquisitive to know what is this world, what is it all about, philosophy and all that. Then that is called a jigyasu. So we approach Krishna. Why? Because he spoke Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Vedas, everything is there. And then when we only want to know Krishna, that is one is called as Jnani. So these are four types who surrender, then these are four types who don't surrender. It is in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita that these 4 types are mentioned. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay. Any other question or comment?
So, Prabhuji, just want to check one thing. So, like people who don't surrender, like work like animals.
Right.
I think they have said like donkeys.
Yeah.
Then, so who should be like an ideal person, like who is into spirituality, right? They are trying to say that a balance of work, because work is also important.
Oh,
How
okay. Got it. Okay. So how do see? Uh, um. So you're basically asking Mudas versus Karma Yogi. So Krishna doesn't say we have to stop work. Krishna doesn't say we have to become lazy in our work, right? But
yes,
what he says become Karma Yogi. What does that mean? So Mudas are what? Workaholics. Karma Yogi is what? He also does hard work. Okay? It is not like he doesn't do hard work. It's not like he didn't do hard work. Did Arjuna do hard work? Yes or no? He was doing hard work, right?
Yes, yes.
Workaholic
Yes.
means what? You are simply working and you are working to die. Hard work means you work hard because that is your duty. So Mudas are, or let's say Karma Yogi is one who is driven by duty, and Mudas are driven by, let's say, money. Okay. Third thing, Mudas, do they offer their fruits to Krishna? No. So they are selfish in nature. They enjoy fruits themselves. But how does a Karma Yogi what he does? He is selfless. He offers the fruits to Krishna. Muda, he doesn't do any welfare work. Does he do any welfare work
No.
for people? No. He's only interested in his own life. While Karma Yogi does welfare work. Okay, so this is difference. So devotee comes under the Karma Yogi category. Okay, so when we work, we should definitely work hard. We should perform our duty. We should offer the fruits to results to Krishna, and then it should be welfare work. It should be beneficial work for all people. The Mudas don't do that. Okay, so this is the difference. Does this answer your question, Mataji?
yes, Prabhuji, very well explained. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay. So Arjuna at the start of Bhagavad Gita was saying, I don't want to fight. I don't want to do my duty. Right? After hearing Bhagavad Gita, he did duty. And he fought very hard on the battlefield. It is said he almost killed 60 lakh people. Today, to kill 60 lakh people, you need one atom bomb. Right? But he did it single-handedly in 18 days. How much hard he has worked, huh? He had machine gun? No, right? What he had his own two hands. So hard work is not avoided by devotee. Okay, hard work is given, but devotee never becomes a workaholic. He is driven by duty. He is driven by offering fruit to Krishna. He is driven by whether this is welfare work for all. Okay.
Understood.
Okay. Okay. So any last question or can we stop? Any last question or comment? Okay. Okay. So we'll meet next week and continue. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.